We are gonna be digging into my past lives today. This is collection from past 3 years. Can you tell that I yap a lot? This is my current notebook. I thought I'm gonna finish it by the end of the summer, but that is not true at all. I think I'm gonna have it like literally till December. This one's in Russian and I started when I just moved. It's not as filled as the other ones. You can see many blank pages here. Here, I'm going to be taking notes on the thoughts that I find interesting. Let me tell you why I'm doing all this. So I got into my senior year, and now I'm writing college apps. Yes, I definitely should have done this in the summer, but the summer was very, very eventful. I did not have time or energy. So I'm doing it now, which is not bad. Just how it is. And there is a possibility that some part of my personal statement is going to contain my experience of journaling, how much important it is for me. I might use it as a metaphor, but we'll see where it gets me because it's not entirely my focus in the essay. And if it's going to be there, it's just going to be a supportive parallel / metaphor, or it might not be used at all. The reason why I had ever written all this is to not lose the sense of reality and past me. So we're going to be rediscovering who I was by reading them, and I do attempt to read them all to get a better insight. These guys all are gonna have some constant little crashes and on all the details on it, and it's just so cringy for me right now to read it. The little notes on like every day were always like cute or nice events, and I love them so much and incredible, but I do remember what I was talking about, like literally a few words, not even a sentence. I remember what I meant. Guys, it's getting ridiculous. We have some old man hitting on me here. I was 15. But friends in my first school here were the most wonderful people. And in my second school actually, and in my first school. But the first ones, we just had such a great connection that is not based on our academic achievements or our interests. They were just based on the souls and the morals and the viewpoints of what is good and what is bad. And I love this so much because I haven't been into this like I have to study era yet. This is so sweet. Now we're moving on to my sophomore year, which was very eventful and very pushing in all of the senses you could ever imagine. And the goals that I've ever put out there as a sophomore really clicked, and I'm so grateful for the work I've done earlier to become who I am now. For example, one of my biggest goals was to go out of my comfort zone as much as possible in as many possible ways, because right now I know that there is nothing impossible. Even if it seems so, it's fake. We're in a simulation. Nothing is impossible. Just go and get it. Okay, now I'm remembering that physics exists and I want to shut up, but just let me be a little delusional, okay? One of my favorite excerpts I have in this little notebook is about my first astronomy trip to an astronomy village. Um, and this moment was actually such a turning point for me. Okay, let me just read this. And the moment I stepped out, when we just arrived, will be with me forever. The moment that changed everything. Everything what was right and wrong, everything what was familiar, and everything that used to be my foundation fell apart. The moment that gave me more than I ever had, no regrets, felt like nothing behind. I was running around not able to believe that it is happening. And every time I looked up, it was becoming more normal. And when the stars disappeared and the morning blue sky was not fine, not right, and out of place. Wait, is it December 2023, right? Because 9th of December 2022. I built my first rocket today. I built my first rocket today. Can you imagine? The whole thing. Flying thing. Not alone, of course. Was given a bit of help from Vicar. Nobody understands. Nobody. It's close by excitement to getting accepted to Harvard. Tomorrow we're gonna launch it. We did launch it and it did fly, and that was another turning point. Beginning with this journal, I started doing collages. It's so adorable. This one actually has the best ones. I was just in my artsy era back then. I can't even like find such good pictures anymore. Like, it's just not it anymore. And this is also the first journal to contain my poems, and I'll definitely read some of them to you because they're hilarious. Dance around, laugh, give and don't expect back, learn passionately, mess up, sometimes lose the time track, be in the present, screw expectations, make art, make it loud, break free, liberations, write notes, leave marks, send secret letters, and begging you don't talk about affection with patriarchs. Remember that people are simpler. There's always in and out. Close your eyes for a second. I'll wait for a fade out. You're not gonna get it all. There's always half heaven. Can you recall who you wanted to be when you were as useful as so? This one. I love when people sing, dance in public, when they don't stop eye contact, when they act like kids but in a good way. The skill of taking over emotions and at the same time not being afraid to feel. When they talk about what they love with sparkles in their eyes. Look directly to my eyes and don't look away. The eye contact. Oh wait, I already mentioned. When they act silly, crazy, but not annoying. When they share their favorite music and wait for my reaction. There are longer lists than that, but this one unfortunately is fourth. January 28th, 2023. Morning, for God's sake. I cannot stop thinking about liquid propellant rockets. My future path, how did I get from here to where I want to be, so I decided to make a plan for my rocket building scenario. First, complete an American Rocketry Challenge. Second, get level 1 certification. You want to fly big rockets, right? Third, build weird creative spacecrafts. Challenge yourself. They're not spacecrafts, they're model rockets. But sure, girly. Fourth, start coding. Never started that. Right now taking CSA, hate that class. Build new equipment. Go out from comfort zone. Still didn't get my level 1 certification. Shouldn't really should have, but California is really strict on regulations and I'm lazy. So, goodness, I really should have done this. 5th step, get level 2 and 3. That was wild. It's just when you are not in the environment where everyone is building stuff, you just don't want to do stuff. This is why I hate my current school. They put regulations on us so we can't build stuff. Assholes. Oh, the 6th step is you are already an aerospace engineer, just practice more. Easy. 6 steps, guys. Let's do it. We're entering some crazy zone. Let's go. Going out of my comfort zone. A list of things. The title written by Cryon. Yes, Kirby. That time going to grab a fork. Middle finger. Being rude when I want to be rude. Eating that insanely spicy shit. Who has spicy shit? Where did I find that? I told him! Caps. Flirting with him. I have no clue who him is. I chopped my hair off again. Doing crazy things on the parking lot. I was not smoking weed, I swear. I have no clue what this is talking about. Being honest. Going to everyone's birthdays. Remember how you used to reject every invitation? That is true, I hated going to people's birthdays. I don't know why. Leaving this notebook to start a new one. No, I was something else, guys. This is so pretty. Like, I really want to do this now too. Maybe I'm gonna do this weekend because I finally decided that I'm gonna rest this weekend. Of course I'm gonna study, but I'm gonna rest too. Because I don't have any scary tests coming up next week. So maybe I'll just be myself. This is so beautiful. Remember when you were in elementary school, your teacher would yell at you for your chicken scratch? When you broke your right hand and had to write with the left one? Remember how humiliated you were and how you cried? Every time you looked at her, you recalled those words. And now, being in high school, a few days ago, you received a compliment from the ELA teacher. She said that she would type with your handwriting font if there was one. I just want to say that everything comes to consensus after all. After all, the cycle closes. This was actually traumatizing, guys. Oh, there's also a hilarious part, like a little note, and I have no clue who I was writing about. So just let's hear it because it's so funny. I cannot keep an eye contact with you. Because you're looking like the whole world is in front of you, right here. There's so much light that I can't stand it. Just can't. And I question, rather, it's your insane stupidity. Or mine. Random thoughts. Being mature is to know how to laugh. I love orange on paper. I'm convinced that engineering is the highest form of art, and this opinion will remain forever. When I was younger, I couldn't spell the word science, and now my life is the embodiment of this word. That was in Science Academy. I don't know why I was so dramatic about that. Gosh, people who don't like to hug confuse me so much. So true. Writing poetry and listening to Plus 44, as well as drilling, in such a nice experience. So I was writing, listening, and drilling at the same time. What a woman. White color is so much more. You can see that, like, I have a thing for colors. Like, I feel them. It's a whole trait of my personality. Unfortunately, I do not do enough with it, but it's there. Then we have a really, really cute page of I want to be her. Princesses, I'm very chaotic here. Let's go. Let's see where we got in 2 years. Light in my eyes. They're screaming confidence. They're singing love. They're whispering calmness. They're asking curiosity. And they're never quiet. Can you see it? Love. Curiosity. Calmness. Yeah. There are bad days and I know how to take them, and I always know that subjectively they're not bad. Feeling down has nothing to do with good or bad. This is deep. There are things that you never tell anybody. They can be magnificently amazing, but they also can be terrifying or sorrowful, to be honest. They just exist in my heart, woven into the routine, burning eyes, changing perception of my life constantly. I love the intimacy of those moments. Sometimes they're too sad to deal with. I want to write them down. Last time I cut my hair, I hoped all bad experiences will be gone with them. That I won't be sad anymore. I get anxious very easily. I write poems to people I love. The fact that I would do anything for them. The highest form of my love is to write poems to each other. I hate horoscopes or any beliefs that stop people from being absolutely happy. I love borrowing little things, especially pets, from close people and carry them around. Sometimes I can't eat. I want to get back to the feeling when you're grateful to life. There are pictures in my camera roll that I cannot look at. I usually watch movies because of the people. I eat ice cream with a fork. I forget to use articles a lot. I never thought that there was someone to save me, not even once. Plus, I don't make fake scenarios about strangers. I can't stand when my parents scold me because I feel like they won't love me ever again. Even if it's the smallest thing, and they didn't get mad at me at all, and were very constructive. There are things I want to make up for. I'm low-key afraid of growing up because all the people who hurt me were adults. I really want to be by my own completely. Live alone, make up rules, take responsibility. I don't mean it in a bad way. I just want to be free. I'm answering a couple of questions here, supposedly from the internet. Where is the most beautiful place you've cried? From the very beginning, when I was little, I could never recall negative memories. I can describe in a million words the most beautiful places where I thought, this is what I live for. And sang and danced and screamed in happiness. Seashores in the night. Seashores at night. When nobody's around and there are only burning helium giants, wild paddle of the salt liquid on my deepest eyes. Why do you choose to love? Why do you choose to live? There's a great unknown when the love ends. Space vacuum, particles a millions of miles from each other. I breathe this way. She's so poetic, guys. What does your skin taste like? I hope like latte with vanilla ice cream that I secretly love. But it's supposed to be the best quality ever. The one that is close to the caramel color. Sometimes it tastes like flowers in rain on a storm day, and sometimes like the milkish green tea that we used to have at home before I ran away. This is getting like sad. Ooh. Okay. We're gonna read this and kind of start wrapping it up. Even though I I have 4 more journals to go. I just don't have enough time. So I'm assuming this is a draft for some short story or something that is only for like half of the page and then knows what I wanted to write. So let's read this because I really suck at prose and poetry, but I at least wrote more poems than prose. Charles hated it all. He couldn't resist. Yellow curtains dragging their ends by the marble floor that devoured July's sunlight. Those abstract chaotic paintings on the walls with florid stucco molding sickened him. The view from the giant windows was way too good not to look fake. And this weird medium that consumed you the minute you walk into the living room. Everything put together seemed too myopic, too narrow. The molesting mediocre incense only added to that. She always asked him to sit on those weird ornamental pillows while she was making some tea. He hated this first half of this phrase and adored the second one. Tea was the only good thing in this house, but she always had to add her favorite some before it. While Charles was sitting and staring at the Turkish-style tea table right next to him, his thoughts were far away. Why did she travel so much? And why she stopped? What's up with this strange name, Kula, and why in the world would she want to learn Vietnamese? While Charles was sitting and staring at the Turkish-style tea table right next to him, his thoughts were far away. Why did she travel so much? And why she stopped? What's up with this strange name, Kula? And why in the world would she want to learn Vietnamese? Fascinating. I'm assuming that he's going to be tutoring her Vietnamese because he is Vietnamese. This is beautiful. This is it for today. I loved this experience. It was so great. I might do part 2, but probably won't because I'm too lazy and too busy. Thank you for sticking with me and listening to all that. If someone did that,